This week, we check in on Malik Willis at the Senior Bowl, and Liberty Hoops looks for a bounce-back performance.
Plus, the story of Bridgette Rettstatt's choice to stay at LU, and Lady Flames softball is ready to defend its crown. It's all ahead. Flame Central starts now.
What's up? Welcome to Flames Central. Good news, we have some signs of spring coming up in just a bit. But before we get to that, if it involves former Liberty quarterback Malik Willis, you know we're all over it.
Yeah, that's right. This week, Willis participating at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama. A chance to showcase the skills in the lead up to the NFL draft. And our Emily Austen is there covering the event.
The Malik Willis hype is alive and well down here in Mobile, Alabama for the 2022 Reese's Senior Bowl. If you think there's a lot of buzz around social media on the quarterback, you should be here at Hancock Whitney Stadium. Every time the ball comes out of Malik Willis's hands throughout these practices, there's a common word you hear around the stadium: wow. So I decided to catch up with some of the national media members in attendance to get their latest evaluation and insight on the potential QB1 in this upcoming draft.
Athletic, big arm. I mean, there's a lot of words. It's one of those things where he has all the traits that these NFL teams are looking for.
It's just the combination of the arm strength and then the mobility. Those are some things that really have a lot of people excited about Malik, even when he came with Coach Hugh Freeze over to Liberty. Those were some of the things that everybody was just glowing about him. Through 2 days, I think he's been the most impressive quarterback.
We obviously know he has ability that I don't think any other quarterback in this class has. I mean, his ceiling is as high as almost any other prospect. Immense physical talent that has to be groomed properly. But it's hard not to get excited about his potential.
I just think it's the effortlessness with which he throws the ball. He can flick his wrists and it's out there. That's the part of it you can't teach.
I think the accuracy is something that's really improved every single year that he's been there. The leadership qualities with him stepping into being a starting quarterback. He's only been a starting quarterback for 2 years. So I think just the leadership aspect and then the accuracy is something that's improved every year.
I think had you asked me a month ago, I would have said round 2, round 3. I think he's going to be a first-round pick.
There was quite the crowd of media members that attended Malik Willis's press conference on Wednesday morning. But despite the bright lights and big stage, Malik Willis seems as confident as ever.
I think we all have different play styles, and it's hard to judge us the same way. I don't know. I think we all think differently. We all have different strengths and weaknesses, but I don't know. I feel like I'm a really blessed individual, and I think I'm the best, and I think they should as well.
A familiar face was in attendance at Tuesday's practice. Head coach Hugh Freeze came down to talk with some NFL teams about Malik's character and capability on and off the field, and of course, to support his former quarterback.
Anytime I've ever had a kid in the Senior Bowl week, you've got to come and support them. I mean, it's just rare. You don't have this all the time, and it's a testament to our program, to our support, and to Malik's talent. So, it's great to see him and his family and visit with coaches on the sideline, general managers who have questions. It's having to learn a new system, a new verbiage, and then play against guys that are bigger, faster, and stronger. And so anytime you can get reps, whether it's in the film room with those coaches or on the field with those guys, it's going to help his preparation for the NFL. So it's not just a Malik show, but obviously him being a quarterback, he gets a lot of the attention and a lot of the glory and some of the blame when things didn't go well. But the thing that I'll always remember is he embodied what we want in a student athlete the most, and obviously you combine the wins that we had with that, it only has, excelled our expectations at Liberty.
You can tell that Malik Willis is getting more and more comfortable running this system and playing with this new group of guys each practice. So it should be a very exciting matchup on Saturday for the 2022 Reese's Senior Bowl. You can catch the game and see Malik represent Liberty wearing that LU helmet one final time. Kickoff is Saturday at 2:30 Eastern on NFL Network.
Well, great stuff down there by Emily covering Malik. And the hype train, it is getting longer and longer. Yeah, a lot of momentum behind it. And Dan Campbell, head coach of the Lions, during a sit-down, Matt, he was talking about Malik, and he said, I didn't realize how strong he was until I got up close to him, saw him in person. He is built to last.
Yeah, some reports as well. Malik's talking with the Saints. He's talking with the Steelers. In fact, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin said, let me go meet your family. So he even met with Malik and Malik's parents. So a lot of teams, quarterback-needy teams in the top half of that first round, very interested in the Liberty quarterback.
It's going to be a lot of fun leading up to the draft.
Yeah.
All right, sticking with football, Williams Stadium, or the Bill, as the cool kids call it, it's going to have a different look next year. All seats on the west side of the stadium are being upgraded to chair-back seating, and all seats on the upper east side will be given bench-back seating. At the south end zone, 23 cabanas will be added above the berm that have seating for 8, including a roof to keep sun and weather out, a TV, fan, heater, and waiter service. Also, the berm will be newly graded to hold seating for students and overflow. With Virginia Tech and BYU coming to Lynchburg, it's going to be a great year of football at Williams Stadium.
Man, we may need to get one of those cabanas. Those look nice. All right, we move to Liberty Hoops now, where the unthinkable happened this past weekend as the Flames lost a home game for the first time in 3 years. Their defeat at the hands of Jacksonville State snapped a 45-game win streak, the second longest in the nation. How would LU respond to that loss? By taking it out on Kennesaw State. That's how. The Flames on the road facing the Owls, and when Liberty makes a statement, it's usually with their defense, and that was the case on this night. They held Kennesaw State to just 21 first-half points and 1 of 12 shooting from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, after a slow start themselves, the Flames offense found its footing. They would hit 8 of 15 three-point attempts in the first half, building themselves a 15-point lead at the break. Second half, more of the same. Darius McGee led the way with 16 points as he's moved into 10th place on the Flames all-time scoring list, while Robinson and Rode had 14 and 13 respectively. That would get Liberty back in the win column, taking it by the final of 65-50. The Flames improved to 15-7 and 6-1 in ASUN play.
A big matchup for the ladies as well. Gamecocks, the best in the West Division, came to Lynchburg with a case to make. First quarter action, and LU would jump out quick, going 4 for 4 from the floor and hold a 9-2 lead. Then Shantae Shaw would come into the game. The speedster would score 6 points in a row to bring JSU back into it. Liberty, though, would lead after one, 19-14. Second quarter, and LU would drive the play again, going 8 of 10 from the floor and spread their advantage to 9 at the half. That's when the Gamecocks would make some changes on the glass, out-rebounding LU 14-7 in the third quarter and outscoring the Flames 19-11 to make it a 1-point game going into the fourth. In the fourth quarter, though, the Flames would lock it down defensively, add in Rettstatt, 8 of her 19 in that quarter, and that is all LU would need, taking it 62-57, claiming their 7th conference win. Well, Bridgette Rettstatt has been an instrumental piece for the Lady Flames' success. Currently in the midst of her most prolific season as a Flame, it's hard to imagine that Bridgette, now a 1,000-point scorer, almost decided to spend her 5th year at a different program. But as you're about to see, the Lord led her to stay at LU and play a major role.
I was praying and that thought came into my mind, and it was like, Bridgette, you're not here to be a star, you're here to be a light. So I've been playing basketball since I was like 4. There was a time in my life where people would say, like, I've never seen you without a ball in your hand, like when I was a kid.
Bridgette Rettstatt would share that love for the game with her older sister Audrey. Eventually, she would follow in her footsteps to play collegiate basketball at Liberty University.
My sister went here 4 years before me, so I'd been around Liberty a lot.
Like Audrey, Bridgette would bring much success to the Lady Flames during her 4-year career.
Rettstatt the triple, she'll knock it down.
But that journey would be no short of struggle.
Coming into Liberty, I am so thankful for the opportunities that I've had and the growth that has come with that. But with growth comes growing pains, and there was a lot of difficulty that I had throughout my career here. There was times, probably every season, where I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna come back next year. Like, I don't know if this is really where God wants me to be, or if this is what God wants from me.
Despite those doubts, Bridgette would stay committed to her team. And just when it was time to hang up her jersey, she would learn some surprising news from head coach Carrie Green.
When we found out about the 5th year of eligibility, he was like, Christmas came early, like, you guys get another year, all this stuff, and we were all like, I don't know, it's just a lot to take in, because I'm prepared to be done. Like, I wasn't expecting this, and then there was also the thought of like, maybe this is my chance to transfer. And after senior night, I had pretty much decided, like, I'm gonna leave. I remember going into the tournament, like, I wrote every one of my teammates a letter basically encouraging them to, like, finish the season strong, and also a little bit of like a farewell. So I was fully prepared to leave.
but there would be something holding her back from making her final decision to transfer.
I remember after the season, Coach Green called me up and he was like, I want your decision. And I was like, just give me a few more days. I want to be sure, I want to make sure that this is what God really wants for me. And so I remember I was in my car one day and I was just praying and reading my Bible, journaling a little bit. This thought just came into my mind, like, you can't leave, your work here isn't done. In that moment, I just felt a lot of peace from God. He has me exactly where he wants me. And I just have to trust that he's going to use me in the way he wants.
And so she would stay.
Deep two, knocked down Bridgette Rettstatt.
But Bridgette knew she would need to be the catalyst for change to bring this team closer together.
Since then, I think if you look at our team, you can see that there has been change. And I'm so incredibly grateful to be a part of that and to be better with these girls. It's incredible and crazy how big of a flip we've made and just like how unselfishly we play and how much of a unit we are compared to what we had been in my past 4 years. And I'm very thankful that God has kept me here.
Though it would be a difficult decision for Bridgette to make, she's already seen the light it's leaving on Liberty women's basketball.
God has definitely taught me that it's not about me. As much as I wanted those things for myself, that was essentially a little bit selfish. Like, it was all about me. Staying here, it's all about them, all about the program and the way that I can leave it better than I found it.
We appreciate Bridgette opening up that much about this tough last year of her life and the decisions she had to make, but I kind of get it in some ways. You're here with a program for 4 years. Some of your close friends that you've helped build and establish Liberty basketball with moved on, and then you have a choice to make, but glad that she listened to the Lord, stayed at LU because she's done great things this season.
Yeah, and she's helped recreate kind of the identity of this program, right? It's all about unselfishness. It's all about defense, toughness. That's who they are now. She's played a huge role in that, and it's led to huge success this season.
The ladies are a lot of fun to watch. All right, well, still to come, we take a look at the baseball preseason poll, and we check in with Liberty softball.
Plus, we relive the top plays from the month of January. That's all when Flames Central returns.
Since 1971, Liberty's had one mission: training champions for Christ. Our standard is excellence with integrity, and our goal is to equip you with the resources and knowledge you need to achieve your goals. We, the ministry leaders at Liberty University, are committed to cultivating authentic faith, Christ-like character, and professional excellence. As a student here, you'll graduate with a deep understanding of the truths of Scripture and a readiness to spread the gospel with humility and love. Attend the world's largest school for religious studies and learn from distinguished faculty. Explore 90 different areas of study and customize your degree so it lines up with the calling God has placed on your life. You'll even go hands-on with an internship at a local church or parachurch organization here in the U.S. or around the world. As a student at Liberty University, you'll equip yourself with practical ways to share the gospel. It's all part of our promise to maintain our solid, biblically based foundation in our commitment to conservative evangelical theology.
Liberty is a special place because of the wonderful students that it attracts. They are some of the most influential people in my life. They love the Lord, they are hard workers, and they are such a positive influence.
You have the opportunity to gain an incredible education and do so in a God-centered way.
I think there's a little bit of everything for the students that come here.
The professors really poured into us, not only the academic side, but the spiritual side as well.
Liberty definitely taught me how to work well with others and to problem solve.
Now as I look around this campus and I see God's handiwork and everything that's been filtered through His hands, it is nothing short of a miracle.
I think it's amazing what God has done in and through this ministry.
Liberty is a really special place. Liberty is a place where people become family.
First responders, you proudly serve. You are faithful to the call to serve your community, the call to protect, the call to save lives. Just as you honor God through your calling, at Liberty University, we're called to honor you by saving you money so you can earn a degree that prepares you today for whatever calls tomorrow.
God's calling for your life can be specific. And at Liberty, we're committed to equipping you to pursue that calling. Choose from more than 300 residential programs of study, or design your own major through interdisciplinary studies, and be confident your major is the perfect fit. No matter how specific your calling, you'll find a program of study to match at Liberty University, and become your best as a champion for Christ.
Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Flame Central. Liberty Baseball head coach Scott Jackson has had the Flames trending upward each season as leader of the Flames, and it's no different this year. For the third straight season, the Flames have been selected to win the ASUN Conference in the preseason baseball poll. That isn't the only good news for the Flames. Aaron Anderson was selected as the ASUN Preseason Player of the Year. He led the ASUN with a .375 batting average and 43 runs scored. Doesn't stop there. Trey Gibson was named ASUN Preseason Pitcher of the Year. Gibson struck out 70 with a .332 ERA. And to cap it all off, Jalen Guy was named ASUN Preseason Defensive Player of the Year. Guy was featured on ESPN's Top 10 multiple times for his defensive talents.
Well, high expectations don't end with Liberty Baseball. As we told you last week, Liberty Softball is once again picked to win the ASUN as well. Their season kicks off in about a week, and Rhett checked in on the Lady Flames to see how they're preparing for another run towards an ASUN crown.
Last spring, Liberty Softball claimed the ASUN title and finished their season in the NCAA Regional. That success has led them to be ranked in the preseason top 25 for the 2022 season.
Well, being ranked in the top 25 is exciting because it's really showing the Lord's work in what we're doing here at Liberty. And I think that being in the top 25, we're playing teams that are still ranked above us, so it can really show where we need to be and if we can move up higher. So the challenge is still there. And, it's always one thing I've said, we got to be our best and play the best and prove that we're better. And so that's what the goal is going to be, is just to be the best we can be, and let's see where it all falls out.
We need to continue to do the work. We've obviously did a lot of work last year to get to where we are now, and we would like to stay there and potentially maybe see top 15 or top 10. That's kind of the goal and where we're at right now.
As ASUN Preseason Player of the Year, Kara Canetto said, the Flames are far from content with their current ranking, but it does give them the sense that their hard work is paying off.
It's fun to be able to see what our work is doing, how we're benefiting from all this work we're putting in. It's hard to keep working so hard and not seeing the rewards for years and years. And luckily, since I've been here, I've been able to experience, the fun of going deeper into postseasons and stuff like that. So I think, especially for me and even the younger kids, it's easier to keep working hard and want to keep working hard when we're seeing the effects of our work.
And these younger kids, well, they're hungry and ready to do what it takes to get LU to that next level.
When I look at the freshmen, they are so competitive and they work hard. And they're those that are not going to shy away, from, giving it their best and the challenge that's before them. So I'm just super blessed to be able to, coach this team and have a fantastic staff.
It's really just exciting to have the opportunity to prove ourselves as a young team. We're not the same team at all that we were last year. And so I think it's going to be a fun opportunity to really get to reinvent the team.
And it's true. This team is going to have a different look and feel from a year ago with so many seniors graduating, but with an extremely challenging non-conference schedule, LU has to be ready.
We're going to have to be on our A game immediately. There's not going to be any downtime, start off slow. We're not going to have that. We're going to have to come out competing, playing well. If we want to compete with these teams, we're going to have to play well. We're going to have to be sharp right off the bat.
Hitting-wise, we're going to have to be ready for their pitching. It's going to be a lot faster and a lot of movement, so just trying to prepare for those teams.
You're not going to get better if you're not playing the best, and there comes a point when eventually you're beating the best, as we are starting to do, to prove that we're better. So we have to continue to do that. If you want to be number one in the country, you got to beat them all. There's only one team that wins the last game of the season, and that's what we're striving for. That is our goal. Our team looks so ready that right now we're refining them with a couple weeks left here, and that is a fun place to be.
Dot's going to have those girls ready to go. You can bet on that. All right, time now for Warm, Hot, and Fuego. Top player moment from the past week here in Liberty Athletics. Rhett, a theme? Do we have one this week?
We do. It's National Bubblegum Day this past week.
Love that one.
I know. I figured you like that. Yeah.
Favorite gum?
Favorite gum? Okay, I think...
Big League Chew.
Okay.
Big League Chew for me.
You stole one of my info.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know where you're headed.
That's okay.
Please.
Yeah.
Warm. Take it, Rhett.
Hubba Bubba, the bubble tape. You remember the tape that you get? You just like as a
have
kid.
Some at home right now,
Yeah,
as a matter of fact.
that's great stuff, right? That is warm.
Yeah.
Also warm. Liberty Hockey. Cam Ottenbright. This guy had a great weekend against UNLV. That was a beauty backhander. You can see he's calling his own goal right there as well. It came out so quick. But this guy has the frame to eventually turn into the #1 center for the Flames. As people graduate in a year or two's time, when obviously there's a need at that spot, his skill set and just everything he can do, this is on the PK, takes the passing lane away, breaks it up, and then goes down the other end of the ice, a beauty backhander. His assist ability, just the vision. He is the complete package. He gets a little bit stronger. I think he is going to have a great Flames career. It was a ton of fun to watch. It was his best game at LU against UNLV on Friday night.
All right, from warm, we move on to hot.
All right.
What gum you got here?
You know the bubble gum machines, and you have to put the quarter in, and it rolls out, and then it falls on the floor, and it boosts your immunity.
You wonder if you're going to break a tooth for the first couple of bites, and then finally...
The whole experience
and the taste is gone in like 12 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. That is hot.
I've lived it.
Yeah, okay. Kyle Rode. I think he has played some of his best basketball of the season here as of late.
Yeah.
He goes through the numbers. Against North Alabama, had 17 points. Against Jacksonville State, 13. Kennesaw State, 13. This is a guy that is getting primed and ready to go at the right time of the season. You're down the stretch, run a conference play. You know that the ASUN tournament's coming around. You're going to need him to be big. And then what makes me excited, Flames fans, because a lot of people are a little bit down after that Jacksonville State loss, is that you've got Shiloh now, who you know can lead the team offensively. You got Rode, who's giving you valuable minutes and contribution, and McGee, we know, can go off.
Right.
That's a good recipe for success in ASUN conference play.
Yeah, and Rode still doing so much to set up his teammates as well.
Yeah,
in addition
100%.
to the scoring.
Yeah.
All right, finally, Rhett, en fuego. It is.
You know what it is. Big League Chew. That stuff's great. Just throw it in there, and
so
the flavor lasts for more than 12 seconds. It's great.
It's a big old wad.
Yeah. All right, Kieran Vincent golf team. He's back. He's back for another year. Tied for second at the Seabest Invitational at a 1 under par. 10th career top 5 finish. He posted 10 birdies. Kieran, just such a great ambassador for Liberty Golf.
No doubt.
Excellent to have him back. Looks like in the early stages of this season, he is dialed in. You know he wants a top 10 finish individually in the nation. It would do a large part for him and do a large part for his team as well. He's going to be excellent this year.
And they played very well at the Seabest Invitational also. All right, that's right. Still to come, a great moment from a year gone by. And the best plays from the month of January. Does it get any better than that? The answer is no. More Flame Central coming up after.
Welcome to Liberty University's online programs, where living out your calling with integrity is what you train to do, and getting ready for the future doesn't mean missing out on the now. Because a university is more than buildings and books, and an education should set you free, not fence you in. Welcome to Liberty's global campus, where distance learning was pioneered and evolved into one of the top-ranked schools in the nation, where protecting your budget, your time, and your education isn't just a theory, it's our priority. Here, degrees in your field reflect industry demands and help get you ahead of the competition. Where college comes to you, but you can come to college too. Game day, homecoming, graduation day, your school, your values, your experience, your choice. Welcome to Liberty University, where we train champions for Christ.
Hey, welcome back to the show. With this year being Liberty University's 50th anniversary, each week we've been bringing you some of the top LU athletics moments from the past 50 years.
Yeah, and this week we take a dip into the pool for an incredible season from a program in its early stages.
The 2013-14 season was an historic one for Liberty's swimming and diving team. They would go undefeated in the conference and then beat out 5-time defending champion Florida Gulf Coast for their first ever CCSA championship. In the process, the 200 medley relay team and 2 individual swimmers, senior Emily Kaufman and sophomore Jess Reinhardt, would qualify for NCAA Nationals. Reinhardt would earn All-America honors for a 10th place finish in the 100 fly, and the Flames would end the season ranked 43rd nationally. Quite an accomplishment for a program in only its 4th year of collegiate competition.
All right, if a great moment from the past 50 years wasn't enough, now we bring you the top 5 plays from the month of January.
Yeah, 5 plays that made us say things like, wow, whoa, and I can't wait to see that play again on Flame Central's top 5 plays of the month. Am I the only one that says that, Rhett? Am I alone there?
It might be.
Okay,
yeah.
Take it away, Rhett. Play number 5.
All right, Callie Doan at the Brant Tolsma Invitational. What a performance by her. She would set a meet record of 4 minutes, 48.42 seconds.
A lot of numbers.
There was some confusion for the fans in this race. Some thought she was in last because she was coming close to lapping the competition. It was a great performance for Callie.
What a career she has had. All right, play number 4, top 5 matchup in the ACHA and the perfect stage for Liberty Hockey's Jason Foltz to shine. Foltz, part of a 4-point night, could score on that beauty. Top shelf backhander, where mama keeps the cookies, right? Isn't that what you like to say? Liberty would go on to win this one 7-4 over the Rebels.
Hey, top scoring defense in the A-Sun at the time. No problem, says Darius McGee. The Flames phenom with a step back between the legs triple. If that doesn't make you want to try fried dolphin, then I don't know what will.
I'm not sure what that means.
McGee would lead. He'd lead the Flames to an 88-49 win, the most points scored against Jacksonville on the year.
He is something else. All right, play number 2, Lady Flames taking on Jacksonville. And Liberty's Kennedy Williams. Oh, she's breaking ankles, Rhett. The Flames point guard, the dirty crossover on her way to the layup. Oh, that young lady has a family, and she just embarrassed her like that. That would spark the Flames to a 49-48 victory over those Dolphins.
Oh, so much fun to watch.
Tape it up.
January 15th, Liberty at FGCU, a day that all Flames fans will remember.
Yes.
Darius McGee pours in 48 points to set a new Liberty record. Hard to believe the Flames were down big in this game in the first half, and McGee would single-handedly bring LU back by scoring 37 points in the second half to give Liberty a 78-75 victory over the Eagles.
I don't know about you, my phone was blowing up during that game. Everybody tuned in to watch Darius McGee, and he put on a show.
Yeah, I was on Twitter, and I thought, oh, they're down that big, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, here
Not
we
for
go.
Long. All right, hey, that'll about do it for us this week. As always, Flame Central Podcast. You're going to want to check that out, and libertyflamecentral.com for any stories that you might have missed.
Yeah, podcast doing great things. We'll talk a lot about Malik in the weeks to come. He's Matt. I'm Rhett. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.